Good morning. This is Mr. Lenny back again after a bit of an absence, but I'm back, feeling better. Today we want to continue with our discussion of the origin of the alphabet. Today we're going to deal with a picture of I'll say a ladder. Originally it was a rope, but for right now I'll say it was a ladder. Because a ladder looks a lot like an H. And so H, what became the letter H originally was a picture of, let's say, a ladder, until we clarify that a little bit later. But I want to do a very quick review, because we've been going for a while. Very quick review of what we've been doing here. So this is the book, I Love My ABCs, or I Love My Animal Head, my bedroom, my two-room house, and my cupped hand. So this is going to be a very, very quick review. I'm going to go through this like Sherman went through Georgia, whatever that means. So this is a story about Abe and Anna Animal. Now, some people think I'm saying a banana. A banana. No, a banana is a piece of fruit. I'm not saying a banana. I'm saying it's a story about Abe and his wife Anna and their little children. Okay? But we're not going to get too much into the story right now. But here's what we went through already. I hope you can go back and see the other videos because they're all here on my Substack pages. So this is about A. See, there it is. There's the A in the animal's head. There it is again. There's a little baby animals. And here's some words that we talked about. Here's the B, a two-story house. Remember, first it was one story, and then the wife wanted to have a second room put on with a bedroom. Oh, bedroom starts with a B. And a bathroom. Oh, bathroom starts with a B. Look, that looks a lot like a B, doesn't it? Wow. And then there were some words. And then we went to C, which is a cupped hand. And look, you can put stuff in there. See, there's a hand, and it looks like it's cupped a little bit. And there's some more. You remember we did this. And D for a dolphin. Look how it opens its mouth. It's open and closes, and that became later what we call D. You remember the story, the D. You know, if you don't remember this stuff, you got to go back and see the videos. They're awesome. And then there was an E. What became an E originally was just somebody standing with their hands in the air, being happy, maybe dancing. But it eventually became the letter E. Originally it was a picture, though, as were all letters originally were pictures or drawings. And here's some words that start with E. And then we went to Freddie Goes Fishing. Oh, fishing. Well, you need to have a reel and bait, but you need to also have a hook. So anyway, a fishing hook became the letter F. And you know the story. We went through it before. And then originally we get to G, but G started with C. What? That's weird. Yeah, it did. And then they it's like here's a C, and then here's a C. How am I going to do this? Here's a C. Oops. No, here's a C. And then when you want to grab something, you do this. And that's how it became a G. So C did become a G. Yes, it did. Over time, over thousands of years. And here's some words. Look, grab. Remember all this. Now here we are today, finally. Boy, that took a long time. So finally we're here at can you see that? We're here at a hank of rope, or a piece of rope. People don't use the word hank. Oh, there's a guy's name. Hank, that might be short for Henry. And Henry starts with H. Hank starts with H. I never thought of that before. Wow. That's so interesting. I wonder why they start with H. Well, but I like to also consider that the letter H also came from a picture of a ladder. Now that looks like a hank of rope, although the rope has the things running this way, remember? See, they're running sideways. That's a rope. But here's a ladder, and look, a ladder can be helpful, starts with H. Now here's some more words. Oops. No. Here's some more words. Let's start with H. Helpful, hose, heater, halt, stop. That's helpful. If you're almost going to run through a red light and a police officer says stop, halt. He's being very helpful. Hi, Henry, Henrietta, Hope. There's a lot of things. Ha, hoist. If you hoist something up, often you use a rope. So this stuff all really makes sense. Now, I want to read a story to you from my proposed book, which may someday actually get written. It's started. Yes, it's been started for probably 15 years. And someday I would hope to finish it. Maybe somebody else will write the book. That's fine with me. But the point is, before we learn the alphabet, we must learn about the drawings on the walls of caves and on stones and tablets, the drawings of pictures that eventually became letters. I've said this many times. So here's your story. Now I'm going to pick it up and read it to you, okay? In fact, you look at this. You look at this while I read the story. Now, it's called Hank's Close Call. Now, Hank was a young boy, and now here's the story. A long time ago, he wasn't a young boy, he was a man. A long time ago, a man named Hank was out hunting for tigers. He dug a deep pit in the ground and covered it with branches, hoping to catch a tiger. Maybe the tiger will walk on the branches and fall into the hole. Which reminds me, what time is it when a tiger comes to dinner? The answer, it's time to go. Pretty good, huh? Okay, Hank went out looking to find his tiger pit to see if any tigers had fallen in the previous day. He looked and looked, but he couldn't find it anywhere. Finally, he heard the sound of a tiger growling nearby. He carefully walked toward the sound, and he saw that a tiger had fallen into the pit. I'm sure the tiger was not happy. He walked to the edge of the pit to look in, but the dirt was too soft at the edge of the pit, and it caved in under Hank's feet, and down he went into the pit. He fell right on top of the tiger. Oh my goodness gracious, look at that picture. He fell right on top of the tiger. He was up there and it slipped and he fell on the tiger, hit its head, and he knocked the tiger out. Just knocked it out. Didn't really hurt it or anything, just knocked it out. So the tiger's laying on the floor, unconscious, asleep. He landed on top of the tiger and knocked it out for a short time. Well, Hank tried very hard to climb out before the tiger woke up, but he couldn't get up the side of the pit. Then he had an idea. He wove a rope out of the weeds and the vines that had fallen into the pit. Remember, he covered the pit with a bunch of sticks and weeds and vines and stuff like that, and branches. So he wove a rope. Where am I? He pulled himself out of the pit using the rope, which he threw around the tree. Just as the hungry tiger woke up, Hank owes his life to that rope. See, there's a picture right there, right here. of Hank pulling himself out of the pit just as the tiger wakes up. See it? Just made it. Just made it. In those days, whenever people wanted to write the idea of a rope or a ladder, they just drew a picture of a rope like this. You can't see it, it's really small. There it is, right there. Gradually, it became shorter until it finally became an H. Remember, H has only one line across, whereas a rope has many. And a ladder has even many more lines across where you could put your feet. Later, H, and for many years, H meant rope. Whenever I see H, I will remember that it used to be a picture of a rope that Hank invented to pull himself out of the tiger pit just in time. Are there other words that begin with rope? I mean, begin with H. So here are some right here. So we did that before. Now, one last word before we go. Suppose the picture of a rope or a ladder eventually really means being helpful. Oh, helpful starts with an H. Means being helpful. Now, some people actually have a name that starts with an H. And hopefully starts with an H. Hopefully, those persons, those people will be helpful. Now, possible name would be Henry. I hope Henry's helpful. Henrietta. And then there's Harry. And are there any other names that start with H, the letter H, which means helpful? You'll have to think about that and maybe even make a list. Maybe you'll have an H in the middle of your name, like Ethel. It still counts. It still counts. It's in your name. If there's a letter in there, you might think about being helpful. You might already be helpful. And then the word history. I'm looking at a book right now on the floor of my office that says American history. So I just noticed that history starts with an H too. History can be helpful as long as you don't repeat it. All right, so next time we're going to do one of my absolute favorite pictures. I mean, it comes after H. You might know it. Your parents might know it. They might not. But it's a great, great letter. And I'll give you a hint. That's a better. Oh, this is a good hint. That is the top. That's the top. Well, actually, it started with this. This was the original picture. Of course, the picture didn't have a ring. That's because I'm married to my wife, 54 years. She's a good lady, wonderful lady. But anyway, that was the original picture of this next, which we'll do, hopefully in a week. This next picture, which became a letter, but that was the picture. And then over time, it became this. Yes, it did. And you might think that I'm talking about a Y. Well, I kind of am, but not really. Because this became more than one letter. Remember C became a G? So this became this for a while. In fact, that's the very top of a capital letter. I wonder which one it is. Until next time, have a great life. Be happy. The reason is, why not? have fun, play, and then after you're done playing, play some more. Play, play, play. That's your job. Just do it. Okay, bye.